The National Football League has a very rich history and has multiple franchises that can be considered legendary. One of these is the Pittsburgh Steelers. To be a great franchise in the NFL, there is a lot to consider. When you consider win percentage, championships, culture, and impact on the sport, there is no doubt the Steelers are in the conversation to be a top 3 team of all time. The highest achievement for a team in football is to win a Super Bowl. The Steelers have won the Super Bowl 6 times. The Steelers have the 4th most wins in NFL history and the most since they've entered the league. It is safe to say that winning is a culture in the Steelers franchise. The current Pittsburgh Steelers have the longest active streaks of winning seasons at 19 seasons in a row. The Steelers as a franchise have one of the most tough play styles there is. They are known for running the ball and stopping the run. Every time you play the Steelers, you know it will be a fight. There are many groups of players and individuals who define what Steelers football is. An example of this would be the defensive front of the 1970s Steelers, the Steel Curtain. This was led by Mean Joe Greene and Jack Lambert. This defensive front won 4 championships and was known for stopping the run and being a hard-hitting defensive squad. Another name that comes to mind when you think Steelers football is outside linebacker James Harrison. James Harrison was an undrafted free agent and was not supposed to be good, but when he was given his shot, he made the most of it. He had an incredible work ethic and always wanted to make contact with the ball carrier. Another player that really stands out for their physical game is Mel Blount. Mel Blount played cornerback, which is not typically a very physical position. He was such a physical player at his position that they actually had to change the rules to make the game fit around him. The rule makes it harder to legally be physical with the receiver on the other team. If I were to say one current player that defines Steelers football, it would be TJ Watt. TJ Watt is an outstanding player who has a knack for the football and the quarterback. He has a high motor and is almost impossible to stop with one person. The Steelers also have an excellent history in coaches. They've only had 3 coaches in the last 54 years. The coaches are Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, and Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin is the current head coach of the Steelers, and he has never had a losing season. He is known for his professionalism and his amazing defensive mindset, which really fits with what the Steelers want to do with their franchise. The culture of the Pittsburgh Steelers is based on the blue-collar workers of the Steel City of Pittsburgh. This is what gives us the name the Pittsburgh Steelers, after the steel miners that worked in Pittsburgh at the time. To be a Steeler means to come in, perform your best, and do your job. Give as much effort as possible. Do it for the team. The Steelers like to give back to this community. They do this in many ways. Some notable programs that they are affiliated with are Make-A-Wish Foundation, the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank, the Chuck Noll Foundation, Crucial Catch, Cancer Caring Center, and the American Heart Association. The Steelers also like to support veterans and active members of the military. Steelers players often visit VA hospitals and honor veteran and active military personnel at multiple games a year. The Steelers have really made a recipe for success with their teams, and it is hard to see that they will have a bad team anytime in the future. If they stick to their routine and their ways, they are definitely going to be the number 1 franchise of all time at some point. When it comes to winning, the Steelers know best, and there's no better way to end than a quote from Mike Tomlin after winning Super Bowl 43 against the Arizona Cardinals.
Steeler football is 60 minutes. It's never going to be pretty. Throw style points out the window, but these guys will fight to the end. And I take my hat off to you, and I congratulate every last one of you.
Coach, congratulations.